Cast in concrete, UMass Dartmouth is a fluid, transformative academic environment. Aspirations, innovation, and excellence thrive here. We are an intellectual catalyst, generating research with far-flung impact and graduates with amazing accomplishments. Embedded in the South Coast, we are a cultural, social, and economic hub, connecting people, organizations, and businesses to propel progress here and far beyond. Our vision for the future builds on our rich history and promises exciting opportunities for our students and the Commonwealth. UMass Dartmouth's role as a vibrant public institution affects every aspect of the educational process. Community service is embedded in our classes, co-curricular activities, and the culture of our university. UMass Law has its own unique take on this culture of service.
Being able to live in a community and see a need and be able to fill that need is paramount.
You often hear people talk about there being too many lawyers, and I think it's the opposite. There aren't enough of the right type of lawyers. I'm Sean Spencer. I'm a professor at UMass Law, and I direct our legal skills program.
I was fortunate to have Professor Spencer for every single legal skills class. So he has literally watched me grow.
The goal of this program is to have students taking problems from the community and solving them in our classroom. This is a very new approach. We reach out to state agencies, to nonprofit groups, and try to find a problem that they need help solving.
It's more of a practical meets theoretical framework.
The task of our class this semester was to identify violations of constitutional rights for mental health patients involved in involuntary commitment proceedings. We'll present our written findings to the Committee for Public Counsel Service, and they are then meeting with legislators. So they'll be using, in a very direct way, the class's research product.
And that's what's so great about UMass Law. You know that there's a real purpose behind this.
We really are letting students leap into the role of being lawyers as opposed to a professor and a student in an academic environment.
To be at a law school where this type of live case method happens, that is so key. That's where UMass Law wins.
UMass Dartmouth faculty are highly productive researchers, renowned nationally and internationally. But it's their personal commitment to teaching and mentoring that attracts them to UMass Dartmouth. Here, research and student success are strategically aligned.
I started loving the ocean when I was a kid with trips to the beach, and now I'm a PhD student in the marine science program here at UMass Dartmouth. So I'm really excited to be doing what I've dreamed about doing for several years. I was a recipient of the 2013 Dr. Nancy Foster Scholarship from NOAA, and my thesis project will be studying whales and dolphins. By using recorders in autonomous underwater vehicles, we can actually listen for these animals and determine where they are. I was initially attracted to UMass Dartmouth because of the 2-year master's program in marine biology. It was working with Tracy in her lab that allowed me to continue in science.
What I did to help Tammy in her transition into the master's program was help her understand that the core skills she was learning as a molecular biologist could be extrapolated out to the marine mammals.
Tracy always emphasized that it's not about learning a specific field, it's about learning skill sets that you can apply to other areas of research.
The path is not always linear, and a zebrafish is very different than a whale, but they all have the same genetic material. It's all about the connections your students make while they're here, who they know when they leave, and the comfort in them knowing that their mentor wants them to spread their wings.
It took a long time, but I now know that I can do anything because of the foundation that I received with Tracy at UMass Dartmouth.
My students have transformed me, and so I hope that in return I can do the same for them.
UMass Dartmouth's historically deep roots in New Bedford and Fall River thrive. Today, our university acts as an educational, cultural, and economic engine in the region. Our students, faculty, and staff drive essential and innovative projects within these communities, and everyone wins.
Over the last decade, the culture, the arts, and commerce in the downtown of New Bedford has been a tremendous transformation, and UMass Dartmouth is very central to that. There are only 17 cultural districts in the state of Massachusetts, and what makes the New Bedford Seaport Cultural District unique is that UMass Dartmouth is one of the anchor points. When you look at the Star Store, which is our New Bedford campus, galleries, businesses down there, there's a real strong connection. So the New Bedford Seaport Cultural District is very much going to be the umbrella that wraps everything we already have but we never ever unveiled it as a brand.
Ever since I've been at UMass Dartmouth, I feel like I'm constantly learning something new. I'm a UMass Dartmouth Endeavor Scholar recipient. It's a 4-year full-ride scholarship focused around service. One of the biggest projects was working on the cultural district. It was a life-changing opportunity because it was something that really allowed me to learn about the community in a way that, even though I've lived here for 18 years, I would have never expected.
Where Jacob was an asset was coming in and helping us do the inventory with a very different kind of lens. He would see assets that others might miss.
So Dean Teo and I have been working on bringing more students down here and making the connection between the UMass Dartmouth campus and downtown New Bedford more fluid.
When you have someone like Jacob that will interact in the community with what they've learned in the classroom, that's a perfect example of best practice. He looks at it from the eyes of what I consider the future.
I always wanted to be a part of public service. Being able to work with Dean Teo on the cultural district here at New Bedford really showed me how to be an effective leader in the future. I feel myself learning a lot and I feel myself changing. UMass Dartmouth is the epicenter of the South Coast. It really is a place of change and transformation.
UMass Dartmouth is the concrete reality of architect Paul Rudolph's vision of an academic utopia. It's a vision that comes to life every day in our classrooms and laboratories, our vibrant student life and community engagement, and our dynamic partnerships. UMass Dartmouth, where transformative knowledge transforms lives.